All right, the great YouTube computer says that we are live. Good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening to wherever you are. This is another live English lesson just for you guys to help you speak English better. And it is the second Monday of January. Appropriately cold in New York. I shouldn't say cold, it's freezing. The temperature is -2 this morning and very, very windy. And so the wind always makes it feel colder. That's for sure. That's for sure. How's the weather by you? Can you guys hear me? I'm just going to pour some coffee while we're chatting. I hope the sound is okay. You never know with these live events. If anybody's out there, is there anybody out there? If there's anybody out there, how about, morning. Good morning. Oh, okay, good. Excellent. All right. Mia, good morning. Yumino, hi. Sorry about that. Yumino, hi. Welcome. Oscar. Good morning. Thanks for joining me. Good afternoon to you. How's it going? It's going super. Claudio, hi. South Brazil, Elena, hello. Wow, okay. The whole world is here. We've got Turkey, South Brazil, America, and Japan. And Italy. Jose. Hi. Wow. All right. Everyone's here. So many people are here. Thank you so much for joining me for this live English lesson. Today we're going to be talking about idioms that use the word get. Why idioms? As you know, you follow me on social media. You know that I like posting idioms and teaching idioms. Well, idioms are part of the natural way of speaking. And when you use idioms, it makes your language sound more natural. I'm trying to think of an example that I can give you. For example, everyone knows the idiom, a pain in the neck, right? Something or someone is a pain in the neck. It means annoying or troublesome or bothersome. But I could say, for example, my neighbor is very troublesome, which is a correct English sentence. But it's not natural because native English speakers would prefer to say, my neighbor is such a pain in the neck. So the idiom, a pain in the neck, is much more natural, and that's why it's good for you guys to learn them. Plus, if you don't know the idiom, the words themselves don't make any sense, right? If I said, my neighbor is a pain in the neck, you might hear, my neighbor, pain in the neck. Is your neighbor okay? It sounds like he has a medical condition, a pain in the neck. Oh, man. So that's why it's also good to learn idioms, and that's why I teach a lot of idioms on social media. Jose is from Chile. It was my brother-in-law's birthday at the end of December, and I bought him 2 bottles of Chilean wine. Malbec. That's good stuff. He likes red wine, but he doesn't often drink that kind of wine. He drinks more like a Cabernet or different kinds of, I don't know, I'm not much about wines, but I do know that Malbec is from Chile. And I used to have a coworker, Nolfa, is that you? When I worked in Geos. Hey, Kaiwa, no Geos. And she was born in Chile, and now she lives in Canada. But she she said to me that if you get a Pardon me. If you get a red wine from Chile, like a Malbec, it's always good. It doesn't matter what the brand is necessarily. And I found that to be true. So I don't know. I'm sure there's more that they don't export. But anyway, that's that. Rupinder, hi. Oscar, I do? Thank you. I always look good in black. And I'm wearing a turtleneck, plus I'm wearing a sweater because it's just too damn cold. All right, well, now that we've gotten to know each other a little bit better, and now that you've gotten to know why we're going to look at idioms, let's look at idioms. Let's see if I can do this. Maybe that works. All right, so some of these you might know, some of these might be new. I'm not sure. We'll see how it goes. All right, so get with it. Get with it. Get with it. And listen to the pronunciation there. Get with it. Get with it. With it. I'm pronouncing with it without stopping the sound. Okay? So the th sound at the end of with combines with it. Get with it. Hey, get with it. If somebody tells you to get with it, what they're saying to you is, hurry up. Maybe you're walking too slow. Maybe you're going somewhere with friends and it's, every time. Maybe you're going somewhere with friends and it's taking you too long to get something, to get ready to go out. Or you're moving too slowly, or, hold on, I want to get one more thing to wear. Your friend would say to you, hey, get with it. Get with it. She told me to get with it, but I was going as fast as I could. Get with it. Hey, get with it means, hey, hurry up. Okay, that's another way to say that. How about you? Have you recently told someone, hey, get with it? How about you? Why don't you write your example there in the comments. Mika, hi. Thanks for coming around. Tammy, hi. Thanks for joining this morning. I've got idioms with get for you. By the way, while you're thinking about that question, Julio, hi. Thanks for coming. If you want to get this document, you can download it for free after the class. Go to myhappyenglish.com/YouTube, and then all you need to do is enter your your name and your email address. And so, and then you can download that for free. Also today, I will be posting the study guide for last week's Wimpy Kid class on Clubhouse. So please check that out. When my boss tells me to get with it, I feel like slacking off. Just slacking off is good. We don't need slacking it off. Slack off doesn't need an object. I feel like slacking off. Hey, get with it. The plane won't wait for you. Oh, I love that example. Hey, get with it. The plane won't wait for you. That's good. Before going out, the wife is, hey, get with it. I think that's what you wanted to write there. All right, so that's get with it. Hang on one second. My clock is, there it is. That's get with it. Okay. The next one is, and I hope you guys never have a need to use this, but you might with other people. Get the pink slip. So it used to be a long time ago that if the company was going to fire you or the company was not doing good financially and they had to let you go, then when you got your pay, your salary, you'd get there'd be a small pink piece of paper that said, sorry, Michael, we can't give you a job anymore. You're fired or you're laid off. And so that little pink piece of paper was a small piece of paper. It's called a slip of paper, and uh, and it was pink. They used a pink color when they wanted to, end your employment. And so that's where we get this idiom from. Uh, get the pink slip means you get fired from your job. Um, it's also possible to use it if you get laid off from your job. Um, but that's it. And so um, here's my example. Because he made too many mistakes, the accountant got the pink slip. The accountant got the pink slip. So that's what happened to that poor accountant. Sorry to say that. Excuse me while I just fix that microphone. There we go. And I hope that you don't get the pink slip. Maybe your boss that you don't like will get the pink slip someday. Who knows? But I hope you don't get the pink slip, because then that would just be tough. When I go to work, I always tell myself in the morning, hey, get with it. Wife usually told by her husband right before going out together, that's right. Get with it. So that's get the pink slip. Get the pink slip. Do you know anyone who's gotten the pink slip? Nowadays, that's a good question, Tammy. Nowadays, do people get pink slips or emails when they get laid off? I don't know how it would work in a big company, like in a factory where they have to, lay off a large number of people. But if one person is getting fired, usually what happens is they report to work in the morning, and this is a terrible thing, but this is what companies do. This happened to somebody I know recently. He went to work in the morning, and his boss said, "Hey, can we have a meeting in about 15 minutes in my office?" Which is weird because the boss never said that before, right? So he went into the boss's office, and the boss said, "Well, basically, sorry, we have to cut 10% of the staff, and we only need one person in the marketing room, so sorry, we have to let you go." And then the boss said, "Come on, let me help you, and he went to his desk, and the boss said, "Please, clean out your desk, and then please go home." And it was like right in front of the whole office, that part of the story. And he just took whatever personal goods he had at his desk and he left. And that's how he got the pink slip. So there was no actual pink. I don't think that they do that anymore with a pink piece of paper. But we still use the phrase. So, and I hope that none of you guys have that example. Although I know one person here who probably wishes her boss would get the pink slip. Who could that be? All right, so that's that. He stole money from the company, so he got the pink slip. That's a good example. That's right. That's right. You could use that, for example, if you talk about a politician who loses their job, or a musician who's kicked out of the band, or something like that. He got the pink slip. I think many people must have gotten the pink slip during the pandemic. That's right. Companies want to reduce the staff. They want to make fewer workers. That works better. Okay, so that's get the pink slip, and I hope that never happens to you, but good to know that phrase. That's also a phrase that you would hear, Tammy, thank you. That's also a phrase that you would hear in movies or on TV programs. And so that's the other reason why it's a good idea to learn idioms, because, that's the language that you see when you watch movies. And if you watch a movie and they say, "Oh, looks like Joe got the pink slip," it sounds cute, right? Because pink is kind of a cute or a romantic color. Oh, he got the pink slip. Somebody asked him for a date. No, 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 no. He got fired. So, my coworker was sleeping all the time in the office, so my boss gave him the pink slip. That works better. Employees usually brown nose their bosses for not getting the pink slip. That's right. That's for sure. Except my employees don't do that. Not at all. And that's related to the next one, which is get the boot. Now, you've probably heard the idiom to get kicked out. Get kicked out. If you get kicked out of the party or kicked out of a bar or kicked out of the office, kick out means they ask you to leave, right? And so a long time ago, boots were very fashionable. And so if you get the boot, you can imagine somebody is giving you the boot. They're literally kicking you out. So get the boot, these days we use get the boot. It means to get fired from your job, or you're asked to move out of the house. So if your husband or wife or partner or your boyfriend, girlfriend, or partner, I don't know the words that we use these days, tell you, get out, then you can say you got the boot. Joe got the boot after he argued with the boss. That's right. If you argue with your boss, you're going to get the boot. If you argue with your partner, you're going to get the boot. How about you guys? Do you know anybody recently who's gotten the boot? Anybody that you know that's gotten the boot? They got kicked out of their house. Sometimes teenagers, their parents say, "Hey, you out. Live on your own." They get the boot. Sometimes that happens. Sometimes I tell my coworkers, "Hey, get out of here," and they get the boot. Because he was rude in the party, he got the boot. Oh my God. Terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. Anybody else get the boot? Anybody else that you know? I didn't see eye to eye with my ex, so I got the boot. Did you get the boot, or did you give your ex the boot? That's the question. That's right. That's right. My older brother was such a naughty student that he got the boot from school. Oh my God. I almost got the boot from high school. I know it's hard to believe that, because you look at Michael and you think, oh, Michael was a great student. But when I was in high school, I didn't care about high school. I only cared about playing the guitar. And I was not a good student in high school, especially in my last year of school. And the assistant principal didn't like me. And yeah, I'll tell you, it's a long story. I don't want to tell you the details. Nothing too tragic. But yeah, I could have gotten the boot when I was in high school. Is this idiom get the boot for oral English? Oh, it doesn't matter. It's slang. It's casual English. You can write it. If you have a friend and your friend tells their partner to get out of the house, and you want to talk about that to me, you could say, "Hey, Michael, my friend told her husband to get out of the house. She gave him the boot. He got the boot." Um, and then if he's in Vancouver, you could say he's oot in a boot. Sorry to all my Canadian friends out there, but that's the kind of West Coast Canada. He's out and about. He's out doing things. But they say oot. All right, so that's get the boot. Is that correct? I didn't see eye to eye with my ex. He broke me up, so I got the boot. He broke up with me. He broke up with me, so I got the boot. That works better. I didn't see eye to eye with my ex. He broke up with me, which means I got the boot. That's right. All right. Yesterday, I went to a shop called Trader Joe's. And Trader Joe's is a grocery store that has all sorts of interesting food. And I bought a bag of peanuts because they looked really good. Salted peanuts. And among all of the nuts that they sell in the store, peanuts are the cheapest. At least that's how it goes here in the U.S. And so if you buy something for a cheap price or a low price, you can say, I got 4 peanuts. I got something for peanuts. That's the pattern. And the pattern is really important. Somebody gets something for peanuts. Okay, that's the pattern. I got this new computer for peanuts. So if you go shopping at that store, you can get blah, blah, blah for peanuts. It's a very set phrase. I heard one time, sometimes people say like, oh, many peanuts, I bought that. No. I got something for peanuts. That's the way that phrase works. In New York, you can get a slice of pizza for peanuts. In New York, you can get a slice of pizza for peanuts. It means that you can get a slice of pizza for a low price or a cheap price, which is true, actually, in New York. How about you? What can you get for peanuts where you live? Jessica, hi. Thanks for joining today. Can a landlord give the boot to his or her tenant? Yes. That's another good example, right? If you don't pay the rent, the landlord will give you the boot. How about saying, I got it for dirt cheap? You can say that because I got something, and actually I got something dirt cheap. You don't need the preposition for. So I know English is weird. I got this new computer for peanuts, or I got this new computer dirt cheap. In other words, it was a very, very low price. That's also a good idiom. I got it dirt cheap. I got it dirt cheap. This sample of laptop was less one in the store. I got it for peanuts. Yes, that's right. That's right. I remember, and Mie, that reminds me. I remember when I lived. I'll tell you a little story. Quick story. I remember when I lived in Japan. I lived in Sendai, the north part of Japan. Anybody in Sendai remember me? And there used to be a store. Oh, what was it called? Soft Bank. I forget now. Wow. That was like 25 years ago. More than 25 years ago. And so this store sold on the top floor. They sold the computer samples dirt cheap, and they had both used computers and also samples. So like when you go to a store like an electronics shop and you see they have many computers on display, this store would get all of those from other places and they would sell them for peanuts. So you could get a computer for peanuts. I love that store, and that's how I got my first, in those days, Apple. My first Apple laptop, a 5300, as it was called, with a gray screen, little laptop. Okay, so that's that. Okay, I'm sure that was very boring. Sorry. Oh, Michael's stories are boring. Dirt cheap is another slang. That's right. I got it dirt cheap. I got a pair of sneakers for peanuts because of the sales. Excellent. She got clothes at the second-hand shop. I think you mean that. For peanuts. That's right. For peanuts. Okay, good. All right. Now, I don't know if we've done that here in this lesson. Okay, let's see. So do we say, I got the peanuts for peanuts? Do we have to put the article the? Oh, that's a good question. If you're just talking in general, we don't need the. I got peanuts for peanuts. If you have a bag of peanuts in front of you and you tell your friend, look, I got the peanuts for peanuts, then you need the, because the shows a more specific thing. I hope that makes sense. If you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. That's right. So what does that mean? Oh, it's good. Thanks for that. So, see, we learn from each other because you guys come up with good examples. And even though everybody here is an English learner, we still learn from each other. And that's an important point to think about, okay? You don't need only native speakers to learn something. Oscar said, if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. Pay peanuts. So we use this phrase when we talk about the salary that a company pays its workers. You know? So, for example, oh, my boss, he pays me peanuts, means he doesn't pay me enough money. And so if you pay peanuts, you get monkeys. If you want a good worker, you need to pay a good salary. That's what it means. Thanks for sharing that. You get your money's worth. That works better. You get your money's worth. It means you get a good value for the money that you pay. I think cheap meat is not good. Yes, that's true. All right, we're getting too far off. Get something. Now, that's what I was going to say before. Get has several different meanings. Many different meanings. And one of the meanings of get is to understand something. And so in a conversation, somebody might say, does that make sense? Do you know what I mean? And then you can say, yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it means I understand. Of course, the opposite could be true too. Don't ask me about algebra. Algebra is a kind of mathematics. Don't ask me about algebra. I don't get it. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Means I don't understand. So this is a more conversational way to say, I understand. And for example, if you come to New York and you ask somebody directions, hey, how can I get to Times Square? All right, well, just walk up this street 3 blocks, and that's 42nd, and turn left, and you'll see it right there. Ah, thanks. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it, with this kind of a gesture, got it, is a casual conversational way to say, I understand. So use that. it's correct English to say, I understand. But it's more conversational to say, got it. Okay? All right, so that's that. All right, so far, these idioms that we talked about, does that make sense? Got it? How about you? Is there something you don't get? And in this case, get has an object, right? I don't get mathematics, or I don't get Japanese writing. I'm working on it, though. I'm trying hard, baby. I'm trying to get it. I get it. I got it. That's right. Get, got, gotten. I gotcha. And by the way, that reminds me, thank you for reminding me. I got you. I got you. I got what you said. I got what you said. I got you. I got you. I got you. Gotcha. That's why we say gotcha to mean I understand. Gotcha. So, if you want to go to Times Square, just walk up to 42nd Street and turn left, and it's right there. Hey, gotcha. Gotcha. Gotcha means I got it, which means I understood what you said. That's right. Every word you said, I know. Got it. Got it. Right. You see that on films all the time. That's right. Or gotcha. Gotcha. All right. If you drive and you drive too fast, or you don't exactly stop at the stop sign, or something else, you might get pulled over. And this is one of those idioms that you hear in a movie or you see on a TV program, and it could be very confusing if you don't know what that means. Oh, what's wrong? Why are you late for work today? I got pulled over. Oh, really? Oh, that stinks. I got pulled over. I got pulled over. I got pulled over. Pulled over. Pulled over. I got pulled over. Notice that the D at the end of pulled moves over and connects with the O of over. I got pulled over. What does that mean? When you get pulled over, the police stop your car. That's right. And here's my example. Yesterday, Joe got pulled over for speeding. Pulled over. It sounds like pull dover. Pulled over. Pulled over. Joe got pulled over for speeding. Joe got pulled over for speeding. That's right. Anybody here get pulled over recently? Do you know anyone who's gotten pulled over? These days, a lot of cities have cameras that can check the speed you're going at, or they can check if you stop at the red light or not. They can check if you stop at the red light or not. Sometimes pronunciation is tough. And so you don't really get pulled over, you just get the fine. I'm driving right now. Kingo, don't drive right now. Don't drive and YouTube. That's dangerous. You might get pulled over. A friend of mine easily gets pulled over for trivial things like parking at an illegal place for just 1 minute. Oh my God. Yeah, if you happen to come to New York City and you drive, which I don't recommend, and it's not necessary, but if you happen to do that, you got to be really careful where you stop your car or park your car, because the New York City Police Department is very, very hungry for money, and that's how they make their money, by pulling you over. So if you park illegally, you'll get pulled over. Pulled over. He got pulled over. Joe got pulled over for speeding. Joe got pulled over for speeding. And I do post a lot of lessons here on YouTube about pronunciation. And one of the things, especially in American English, that happens is we say a phrase or a chunk of a phrase without stopping between each word. Joe got pulled over for speeding. There's a phrase, Joe got pulled over for speeding. Pulled over for speeding. It's all in one breath. Joe got pulled over for speeding. Joe got pulled over for speeding. By the way, let me know. Send me a message here or send me a text or an email, whatever. Let me know if you'd like to do a live English lesson about pronunciation. Because if you'd like to do that, we can do that. I'll be doing this every Monday for a while. I don't know, until you guys stop coming. Yeah, so if you want to do a pronunciation class live, we can do that. I'll do whatever you guys want to do. I'm very flexible. If you want to, by the way, if you want to do a live class where you just ask questions, and you want to send me the questions, we can schedule that too. So you guys let me know. This is your class, not my class. This is your lesson. So whatever you want to do, I'm happy to do it. As long as I don't get pulled over. I don't want to get pulled over. Like Kingo. Kingo's driving and YouTubing at the same time. Oh my God. Don't get pulled over. All right. Before this, by the way, I mentioned this before, and if you're just joining us, then if you want to download this document that we're looking at here, right? Deet, deet, deet. Wow, look at my special effects. Excellent. Go to myhappyenglish.com/YouTube, and then you put in your name and you put in your email address, and then you can download this for free. So yeah, and all of the live classes that we've had each Monday, I have this document available for you up on that website. So let's do that. I mean, do that. Do that. Free for you. All right. I want to learn more idioms. Okay. Hit as to reading. Okay, no problem. Sure love your linking pronunciation lessons. Okay, good. Pronunciation. Okay. Okay, we can do that. Focus on the meaning of words. Okay. Okay, those are good suggestions. You can also send me an email if you want to do that, or you find me on social media and then you can send me a direct message. That's okay. Or leave a message here on YouTube. I do check every message, and my coworkers don't have thumbs because Max and Rosie. And so I check every message. I respond to every message that I get on social media, not right away usually, but eventually I'm going to do that. So if you have a suggestion, let me know. All right, before this gets out of hand, get out of hand. Get out of hand. Something that gets out of hand, I guess I'm going to make a little note for myself. Idioms, okay. When a situation gets very confusing or there's a lot of chaos, we say that it gets out of hand. And this happens a lot when you watch TV and you see like the Congress or the government All the lawmakers are arguing with each other. Everyone was arguing at the meeting, so it got out of hand. Okay, so there was a lot of disorganization. There was a lot of chaos. There was a lot of confusion. And so when something gets out of hand, that's what it means. And so kind of like it gets out of control. So people are arguing. People are not getting along. People are fighting with each other. If the situation is calm and then the situation becomes not calm, we would say that the situation got out of hand. And usually something gets out of hand because people are arguing or disagreeing with each other. That's what that means. Everyone's arguing, so the situation got out of hand. How about you? Have you seen a meeting or a situation like that, or on TV where something got out of hand? Sometimes when the dogs are fighting, dogs play, right? And it looks like they're fighting, but they're playing. But sometimes that gets out of hand. And the little chubby one gets very violent with the other one. I don't want to say their names right now because they're sleeping, I hope. Yes. So it gets out of hand. Animal play. All right, so that's that one. And why don't we do two more? Okay. Anybody get out of hand? Anybody have a situation that got out of hand recently? Sometimes a class or a lesson gets out of hand. Especially like in high school, right? You can imagine in high school or junior high, the teacher's trying to teach at the board, well, George Washington, blah, blah, blah. And then the students start talking to each other. They're throwing papers, they're throwing books, and the class gets out of hand. So the students misbehave, and there's chaos. There's no control. We should prevent something before things get out of hand, right? We should prevent it before things get out. I think prevent needs an object. We should prevent it before things get out of hand. That's a good example. All right. The next one I always found very weird. And the first time as a native speaker I heard this, I thought it was very, very funny. As to reading this book, the teacher corrects the pronunciation from the speaking. Yumino has a good question about pronunciation. That's a good question. I got to think about that. Because reading and speaking is always different. But let me think about that one. All right. And then I'll get back to you because I don't have an answer for that now. Get your feet wet. So when you go to swim in the ocean, right? When you first enter the ocean, I know it's a weird way to say that. We don't say that. When you first go into the ocean, your feet get wet, right? That's your first experience touching the ocean. And so think of that, because when you get your feet wet, it means you have your first experience doing that. You have your first experience doing that. And so I first got my feet wet as a teacher in 1989. Actually, that's not accurate. It was 1994. Yeah. So I first got my feet wet as an English teacher in 1994. Oh my God, that's a long time ago. Wow. Actually, I got my feet wet as a music teacher in 1980. Yeah. I'll bet half of the people watching this weren't even born in 1980. Yes. So when you get your feet wet, it means it's your first time to learn something doing that. Okay. People are out of hand frequently in a traffic jam, that's for sure. My English speaking is getting out of hand day by day. I don't know what. I know we're not. Oh, you made me laugh. I was in the middle of a fight between dogs and I was afraid it was going to get out of hand. That happens in my house. Got out of hand. All right, so, and I'm sorry, there's a delay between what I'm saying and what you're writing because that's YouTube. And that's why I don't like, that's the one thing I don't like about doing a live class is that there's a delay. So how about you? What do you do? When did you get your feet wet? And you can say, I got my feet wet, ing. Like, for example, Mie, when did you get your feet wet playing table tennis? Right? I got my feet wet playing the guitar when I was 9. Oh my God. That's another long time ago thing. So that's right. So when you get your, back to that, when you get your feet wet, it means you have your first experience doing something. How about you? When did you get your feet wet using English? I got my feet wet playing table tennis in 2010 or 2010. 2010, 2010, both okay. Right. Actually, Jessica, you can say be out of hand or get out of hand. Right? The situation is out of hand. The situation got out of hand. So we use both. I like to get started on new things and get my feet wet. Is it correct to say yes? It's correct to say. Whenever you do something new, you can get your feet wet. That's right. How about you guys? I first got my feet wet as a middle school teacher when I was 21. A middle school teacher. Now that's being brave. That's being brave. When you're a middle school teacher, my God, that's being brave. I have a couple, let's say another quick story. I have a couple of cousins that are school teachers. One of my cousins is a high school teacher. I have a couple of cousins that are elementary school teachers. And, man, that's tough. Junior high school. Or middle school. Oh, my God. Get cold feet. That's a good. I got my feet wet when I gave a presentation in 2016. Excellent. I got my feet wet going to the range 2 years ago. The driving range? The shooting range? What kind of range? The cattle range? How about get cold feet? That's another one. I don't think I put that in here. I might have put that in here. If you get cold feet. Did I put that there? No. If you get cold feet, it means that you get nervous just before you're going to do something. I was going to ask her for a date, but then at the last minute I said, hello. I got cold feet. I got my feet wet speaking out in English on Clubhouse in May 2021, not since May. Since, you'd have to say, I have gotten, or something like that. I got is the simple past, so we need in May 2021. The shooting range, gotcha. When I got wet feet, of singing on the stage for the first time, I was nervous. Okay. When I got my feet wet. When I got my feet wet singing on the stage. That works better. I'll say that again. When I got my feet wet singing on the stage, I was nervous. Yeah, to get cold feet means to chicken out. So many. You guys have good ideas. That's right. If you get your feet wet, no, if you get cold feet, you chicken out. I should put that here because that's a good one. Hang on, I'm going to type, and that could take a long time. Get cold feet. So you can see how terrible my typing is. Right. When you get cold feet, you chicken out. Same thing. You're angry. Which one? To get cold feet? Get cold feet doesn't mean that you're angry. It just means that you lost your confidence. You lost your courage. I mean, cold fish can mean angry. No. Cold fish. Okay, that's a different example. So hang on. If you get cold feet, it means that just before you're going to do something, you chicken out. You lose your confidence, and you don't do that. So, if you know the TV program Friends, in the first episode, what's her character? Rachel? Rachel comes into the coffee shop wearing a wedding dress because she got cold feet on her wedding day. She put on the dress, she went to the church, and she couldn't do it. She escaped. She got cold feet. You could also say she chickened out. So just at the last minute, just before you're going to do something, you go, no, I can't do it. And you don't do that. You chicken out. Chicken is not singular or plural in this case. Chicken out is a verb. At the last minute. That's right. Just before, if you have a job interview, right? Let's say you have a job interview and you put on your suit and you go to the office and you're standing in front of the building, right? Your job interview is in 5 minutes and you go, no, I can't do it. I'm too nervous. And then you go home. You can say, I had a job interview, but I got cold feet. Or, I had a job interview, but I chickened out, which is not part of today's lesson, but it is now part of today's lesson. So that's what that means. That's what that means, right? So, I wanted to ask that girl for a date, and so I went up to her, and I was going to say something like, do you want to go out with me sometime? And I said, it's a nice day today. And I walked away. I got cold feet. I chickened out. That's what that means. All right, and then Jessica's question is a cold fish. A cold fish means a person who doesn't have any emotion. Just an emotionless person. You can't read their face. It's hard to know if they're happy or not happy. So we say, my boss is a cold fish. So it's a person who's very emotionless. And people that you're comfortable talking with, people that you get along with well, we say he's very warm. That person is very warm. But people who are not friendly, not easy to talk to, are cold. So it has that kind of a nuance, right? My boss is a cold fish. He's not easy to talk to. We don't know how he's feeling. He's emotional, like that. When I had the first class in my own room of Clubhouse, I got cold feet. Perfect example, right? You get nervous. By the way, if you're not using Clubhouse, you should, because that's a great place to practice speaking English. And in fact, tomorrow at this same time, we're going to be studying the Diary of a Wimpy Kid there. So why don't you come and join us in the Happy English Club? That's what it's called there on Clubhouse. All right, well, I believe, my friends, that is all the time that we have today to chat. I hope that was helpful. As I've mentioned earlier, you can go to go to myhappyenglish.com/YouTube. In a little while after we finish this live, and then you can download this document, and you can download the study guide for every single English lesson that we do here on YouTube Live. You can download that. So check that out. A couple of more examples. In my first interview, I got cold feet. That's good. I'm not talking about chicken out. I thought chicken is... Oh, sorry. Karma, I misunderstood. The word chicken, right? So like, if you're talking about the animals, then it's countable, right? There are 3 chickens in my yard, for example. Or, hey, look, there is a chicken, right? If you see a chicken, the animal. But if you're talking about the meat, then meat is not countable, right? So I ate chicken. Excuse me, I think I'm going to sneeze. Okay, not. I ate chicken for dinner last night. I ate a lot of chicken for dinner last night. Oh, that's true. So the word chicken, when it means the animal, is countable. But the word chicken, when it means, and it's chickens, 1 chicken, 2 chickens, 3 chickens, 4 chickens, 1 chicken. But when it means the meat from the animal, it's not countable. So you can't say, I ate chickens last night. If you say, last night I ate chickens, I feel like you ate more than one, the entire bird, which is kind of weird. All right, cold fish, maybe more British. No, we use it in American English. We use that here. All right, so that's it. That's all the time we have for today. Like I said, I will upload this document here. I will upload this to that website shortly, myhappyenglish.com/YouTube. Thank you, everyone, for joining me today. Hey, if you like my English lessons, please share this video or share this on social media. Tell your friends on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, or whatever social media that you use. Yeah, and if you don't like my lessons, then tell your people that you don't like. I don't care. I just appreciate that, and I appreciate the fact that you guys come and study with me each week. I really appreciate that. All right, thank you so much for studying with me today. Remember, tomorrow I will be on Clubhouse with a lot of you, actually, to work on The Diary of a Wimpy Kid, which is an awesome book for learning everyday conversational, casual English. So we're going to do that tomorrow. That's on Clubhouse, and then I will see you again next time on YouTube. I do have a lot more YouTube lessons coming out this week, as well as on Instagram and tiki-taki. Michael's in the tiki-taki thing now. So if you're a tiki-taki TikToker, then you can tick-tucky with me. I don't know. All right. Thanks, guys. Have a guys, girls, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming today. I appreciate that. I'm happy to help you speak English better. Thank you so much for joining me. And catch you later. Bye, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. 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 Bye.